Now he's using it. I got my ticket for the long way round. 2 bottles of whiskey for the way. And I sure would like some sweet company. And I'm leaving tomorrow, what do you say? When I'm gone. When I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my walk. You're gonna miss me by my talk. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. When I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss me everywhere you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. When I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss me everywhere you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. 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 You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss me everywhere you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my hair. You're gonna miss me everywhere you're gonna miss me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. I'm gone. Story time. So the other day I was here at Lost Nation Brewery and I was charging my phone and I left. And I walked down that road. And guess what happened, guys? I walked down the street and I had this little birdie in the back of my mind telling me the CIA lives in that house. And I was like, okay, so maybe that's schizophrenia. Tell me why as I pass the house, someone barrels out of the door in the middle of the night, barrels past me, and just walks parallel to me down the street. So I'm walking down the street. I pass by a house. A little birdie goes, the CIA's in there. Then a guy that looks very well put together, very muscular, walks out of the house the second that I pass by. So right when I'm level with the door, he exits the door, and then he just follows beside me, walking down the street. Then about, look at this big drop off down there. Then about, I don't know, 5 or 6 red cars follow me up and down different city blocks. And then the little birdie's now telling me, because I had left my phone. So at the time, the little birdie was like, you left your phone over there. The CIA is now fucking with your phone. And they're in a black truck. They're using your phone. They're adding software and malware to it. Because you left it. So I was like, I don't fully believe that. But okay. Tell me why I get back to my phone, and right where the vision in my head was of an alien or an CIA or an astral projector shows me where they were. The exact vehicle in my mind is sitting there. And I feel this aura or this energy of awaiting confrontation. So I don't confront them. And I just stand there and then it slowly moves past me as I'm like hiding, and imagine it's probably where that truck is right now. I'm hiding in the tree line. There's no way for them to tell that I'm there, but they slowly walk away. Or they slowly drive away. I'm slowly walking away. I really thought about buying a storage unit here, and if I talk to the owner and say, look, I don't do drugs, I'm looking for a warm place that I can be at during the day, and run an extension cord from an outlet in the area, so I'm assuming there's going to be an outlet around here, run an extension cord to my phone so I don't ever have to worry about charging it anymore. And then I can be in there warming up, and then I can run my podcast all day, taking in different members of the community every day. But I decided I wanted to be out in the woods. And there's just too many homeless people that live there. I'm giving that guy more time to use the blanket. So basically, if that guy is real, if that's a real person that's using my blanket right now, and it's not a simulation NPC, like that could be Jesus, for all I know. I appreciate all the support. Basically, that guy is understanding the reference experience. So he's somewhere in his life. He wasn't able to speak. He tried to move to talk to me. He somehow made it to that location on a bike, but that was the furthest he could go, and he would have frozen to death, or at least had a horrible night. But I passed by him on my wagon. I just spent all my money on a fucking wagon, and I now have a fucking wagon. You fucking bitch. I have a goddamn wagon. And I have $84, but I'm going to buy something from this gas station at 4 a.m. I don't like them, and I want you guys to see how they treat me. I don't like them at all, actually. They've treated me horribly for 2 years. I've never done anything to this bitch. All I was hungry and cold, and she treated me like shit. Like no handout vibe. But I'm like, it's not a fucking handout. Handing me food when I'm hungry and cold and depressed and traumatized is not giving me a fucking handout. It's giving me sympathy. Not even sympathy. It's just it's common human decency. You're gonna throw the fucking food away. It's gonna go in the trash. I even asked her, I walked up and said, hey, do you guys throw food out? Is there a good time that I can come back because I'm cold and hungry? And she said, and I quote, oh, we give it all to the pigs. Implying what I felt was that she was talking about something more than the food. The food does not go to the pigs. I think she was talking about police because of the way she said pigs and the snarky attitude and the refusal to help me. Made me believe that might be something more than just, oh, we give the food out that we throw at the end of the night to pigs. So I starved and I froze that year. And then the next day, speaking of pigs, next day I got a donation a couple years back. Heather gave me $10 or something. And I went to the McDonald's to get food. And that's when a certain same cop that we're all aware of ripped open my car door and accused me of dealing drugs and said that someone had called it in, that they saw me do it. And he questioned me for about 20 minutes with my car door open and it was freezing out. I was eating my McDonald's in my car. He did the same thing where he shakes his junk at you. It's fucking disgusting. Where he's standing there talking to you, he put his hand on my steering wheel to stop me from leaving. Then he put his hand on the top of he stood in the doorway with his forearm on the top of the car, leaned his head in to question me about dealing drugs and telling me a bunch of shit like I'm not welcome here, basically. And they do this fucking stupid thing where they kind of lunge their junk at you. I don't know what they think is happening on their end, but for us, it's fucking disgusting. It makes no sense. But I've seen it, pretty much every cop do it. Police are the most disgusting people I've seen in my life. And they think that they're just and righteous. I can't, the thought of them makes me sick. Something in me, when I try to think about it and bring it to the forefront, it's just rape. That's all I feel from them. It's just kind of forcing their power over others. Like I'm a literal ancient old soul. So while I'm talking, I'm remote viewing and in and out of time across everywhere, and I'm letting other people's spirit guides communicate to me what's going on in those people's lives. And usually the spirit guides are begging me for help. Like I show up and they treat me as if I'm like this wealthy investor helping a homeless man, the same way that I need in my life. So I try to help, and they show me these people's lives, and I remote view over them. And it's so many homeless people crying out because the police are constantly trying to rape their spirit. And then it's just angels screaming, qualified immunity, qualified immunity. Get it out. Get qualified immunity out. Over and over and over and over. But it used to be my friends screaming. Before we hit the 5D, when we were in the 3D, that energy represented itself by me being trapped in shelter programs with crying kids, being abused by a system, and just wanting to go home, but none of us had a home to go to because our parents gave us away. It wasn't we were orphaned. It wasn't we were babies. And we never got to meet our parents. It was we were 13, we were 12, we were 7. And our parents just decided, I don't want to do it anymore. And they rehomed us. And they didn't give a fuck who was on the other end. They didn't give a fuck what staff was there. My mom was raped, horribly abused in a Dr. Phil ranch type situation when she was my age, when I was giving up. And my mom didn't give a fuck about what happened to me. Yet she comes back constantly trying to pretend to be a parent. She's oh my fucking God. I don't know how to describe it to you. So I don't well, for one, I walked all this way and I didn't even bring my wallet. Did I? Okay, I did. Cool. saying it's one of the worst cases of cognitive dissonance they've ever seen, which made me feel better. Yeah. They're showing me that years of Black Ops 2 have prepared me for this. Black Ops Zombies was a sort of Masonic code to train the collective consciousness and an artificial intelligence on how to deal with the system as it evolves. So we go through life, and the zombies is all the energy we're processing that's trailing behind. So a lot of my perspective now that we're multidimensional was built, literally built for this by the experiences that we had before 2020 and the Great Conjunction. Let's hope it's not the ugly cunt. Thank you. Have a good day. Okay. What do we have? Reese's hot chocolate. Let's do Reese's and cookies and cream. How lucky could one guy be? I mean, I could show you. So right now we have someone trapped in the Matrix that's trying to play dominance games with me. So what they'd like to do is get as close as they can to you when they stomp around. Because it's all just like this weird ego gratification in their mind. I thought it was prejudice at first, but I don't think it is. I think it's probably an artificial intelligence that's taken them over. I feel bad for them. See how they move like a robot? They're gone. It's like a fungus among us. But they're still somewhere in there. See, now it's trying me. I'm the best nature show on the planet. Morning. How you doing? I'm good. Question for you.
Yeah.
So we've got a guy down on the rail trail that's passed out in the snow. I gave him a sleeping bag. I wanted to know if I could pay for a coffee, and then when I go wake him up in a couple hours, I can tell him that I already paid because I have a card. That's fine? Okay. If that doesn't work out, and he doesn't show up and say, hey, my name's Casey.
Okay.
So if he doesn't come in a couple hours and somebody says, hey, Casey bought me a coffee, do you mind if the next time you work, I'll come in and just get one?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I'm here tomorrow. So
Okay, cool.
I won't be here till 5. So 5 tomorrow morning. So if you're here for 5.
Yeah, I work nights.
Yeah. Someone else, so
Okay.
I'm here till 5. So. I mean, I'm here at 5. So 5 to 9 tomorrow morning.
Okay, so I'll be here at 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Today I'm doing 3 to 7. Tomorrow they don't need me here till 5, so I'll be here 5 to 9 tomorrow.
All right. Do you like it here?
I do. Just go to the home. My home store is the Jefferson home store. I'm just here to cover for the manager herself. She's gonna take some time off this week, so I'm covering her. Which is Heather. 2 months ago, Heather.
I got you.
So I'm covering her shift this week.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll be fine. I'm here probably 5 to 9 tomorrow. So.
Yeah. Is Jeffersonville on the rail trail? Like if I head this way up?
Headed towards Cambridge.
Cambridge?
If you're headed towards Cambridge, it just says you after the roundabout, there's that store on the left.
Okay. I'm backpacking. I just built a wagon. So I'm taking the wagon and I do YouTube. So I'm just headed, came from Randolph. I'm gonna head on the rail trail all the way up to St. Albans. If I pass through, if I'm around Jeffersonville, I know where to find you. But I'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah, you can't miss where the store is. We're headed towards Jeffersonville, going towards Cambridge. The store is right after the roundabout. And you go up the road, you got Union Bank on the left, then you have the Burger Barn.
Mm-hmm.
It's right after the Burger Barn. You can't miss the store. It's right there on the left.
All right, cool.
Around that sharp corner. I'm right on. That's where I'm originally from. I'm from that store. But like I said, I'm here in this store 5 to 9 tomorrow, and then I go to that store afterwards.
All right.
My breakfast, I'm going out there to leave here today. I had to leave here at 7 this morning. I'm going here to 2 o'clock this afternoon after grab 6 months ago.
All right. I'm trying to see all of Vermont, so if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you eventually.
Yep.
Take care, man. Okay. Okay. So I bought that guy chocolate. I'm gonna tell him I bought him an extra large hot chocolate. He's just passed out in the snow out here. Jeff Titties, let me know if you can hear me. I forgot to pull my headphones out the charger. Fucking bitch. I had a bot in the Matrix just jump out of her car and lunge at me. Oh shit, Dunkin's open? I just spent 130 I spent 150 on the wagon, $20 on that airsoft gun. Because everything I tried to buy wouldn't come to the post office. So I'm going to have to find the next town that I can get to. Unless I want to stay here, but what do I really need to be here for? The end of the world? This is kind of the central hub. Like if there was a zombie apocalypse, this would be the place to be. If you wanted to be front lines. Because it's just at the edge of the mountains. So if there was to be like a robot technocratic apocalypse, this is the last place that you get to before it splits off into the really, really rural section. This is like the last main town that you can get to. So I don't know, that guy was trying to process emotions or something. He was having a hard time telling me how to get to. And basically, people are gonna be like, you weren't even listening. You were insensitive. But that guy stomped at me. He lunged at me. He started playing robot power games. It wasn't him. So I just put. I'm galactic royalty, right? God's anointed. So I just stood there to see what was going to come at me spiritually. and he put a lot of effort into being a kind-hearted, good person. If you can't tell that that's what was happening, where he was struggling with whatever was attacking me before when I got there, he was struggling against that thing to focus and then kind of stay in his lane. And I just stood there with the with the glory of God, I guess. So it felt good. Then I'm gonna tell this guy at 6, I'm gonna wake him up and tell him, hey, I bought you an extra large hot chocolate up at the I'm gonna have to get him up at 5:30. But he's been there since what time did I go live? Was that at 8 o'clock? So it's been almost 8 hours. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's been more than 8 hours. So he got that comforter's pretty good. Especially if you're drunk. So his hands won't freeze. So I'm gonna wake him up and tell him, hey, I bought you a extra large hot chocolate. This is pretty good too. It's Reese's and it is Hershey's cookies and cream. You fucking bitch, let's go. We're walking down the street. You know where we're going. We're going crazy again. It's gonna be better than it was last time, because it always is. How are we worried about the year of the horse? In Revelations it says the lion dragons, and then it says the white horse. So we're about 3 more months until the lion dragons are over, and then we have a year until the white horse. And then the cycle resets, so I'm assuming it's gonna get dark. But we're on the verge of a technocratic utopia, where all these cars could be hydro-powered and electric right now. We haven't needed to run cars on dinosaur bones for about 60 years. But I think that they hated humanity so much, the same way that I hate white people so much. I think they also hated them. So I think that they've been holding off on giving us all the cool stuff because they're waiting. Why have you shown up at 4 in the morning? Right when I get here, you get here too? That's not a coincidence. That's not a coinky-dink that the minute that I'm going this way and I'm about to cross, something else has to get right in my way. And there's no other cars around. Don't you think that's kind of weird? Can your mind realize what's happening? That they're all controlled. And they might not even be real. They could be projections of something else's imagination. No, we can't get a handle on you, you're out of control. And the world will have to deal. These green mountains fade to seal. 'Cause now your color's everywhere, you color every field. 'Cause now your color's everywhere, you cover every field. And I'll pass out in fields of you. Lay my head down on your roots. Wrap my hand around your groove. Every summer evening, roaming through. You were my wildflower, roaming free. I had to leave and let you grow without me. You'll be with the rivers and the trees, butterflies with broken wings. And I'll be chasing freedom down boulevards of broken dreams. One day I'll be bigger than you think. And I'll come back and run my hands along you. Every summer evening, roaming through. It's called Wildflower, and it's an original song I wrote. I wrote it when I was in Waterbury, and I recorded that video of called Somewhere Far Away. That night I wrote that song, and it's the perspective of my ex-girlfriend watching me. I'm the wildflower, bitch. I'm roaming free. But it's also from my perspective about the girl that I loved hoeing and becoming a hoe, because that's just cool now to bar hop and hook up with 10 or 15 guys a year. But in my mind, that's the person I loved when I left her now has a firewall of all these different experiences, so that I'll never be able to break, because you can't just force her to forget, which really hurts. Cowboys don't like beds. I got a whole lot of nothing ahead. So when the morning comes, I'll carve a heart on that old headboard, lay your weary head to rest. You can run your hand along when you feel stressed, and remember how I had a handle on you with the morning dew and every passing scent of cigarettes. You were my wildflower, roaming free. I had to leave and let you grow without me. You'll be with the rivers and the trees, butterflies with golden wings. And I'll be chasing freedom down boulevards of broken dreams. One day I'll be bigger than you think. And I'll come back and run my hands along you every summer evening, roaming through. I'm a nomad looking for a war to win. And you're my greener pastures, my happily ever after. I'll hold seconds before disaster. You were my night sky. When I look up asking God, why you ain't here when the sun comes up, and I still have to get on up and hunt for another love. And we'll play around until we pass out, with you and the truth between us. You were my wildflower. I had to leave and let you grow. Now we can't get a handle on you. You're out of control. And the world will have to deal. These green mountains fade as seal. 'Cause now your color's everywhere. You cover every field. And I'll pass out in fields of you. Lay my head down on your roots, wrap my hand around your grooves, every summer evening, roaming through. You were my wildflower, roaming free. I had to leave and let you grow without me. Now you're with the rivers and the trees, butterflies with golden wings. And I'm still chasing freedom down boulevards of broken dreams. I told you I'd be bigger than you think. And I come back and run my hands along you every summer evening, roaming through. Out here in the wild east, where the leaves change every season, you can drive through on the weekend sit and drink with some real good mac and cheese. Please be sure to come back for the skiing. We're in the business of making memories. We'll be here if you need us. Just don't stay too long after dark. You might get raped by the police. And we won't care unless it plays and sounds nice on the screen. Once that open sign flips over, only God gonna hear your pleas. Out here in the wild, wild east. Out here in the wild east. We don't care about your feelings. Lose yourself or lose your freedoms. We'll send you straight to the retreat. Out here in the wild, wild east. We will beat you if you feel good. We got kids that think they're real hood, that no one cares to teach. Out here in the wild, wild east. If we don't like you for any reason, you're most likely food for trees. We will find out where you sleep, and they won't find you anywhere until you're evergreen. Out here in the wild, wild east. We take pride in being mean. You should see how the tourists treat us. So hold your pain and hide them stains, or we'll ask you to leave. We don't care what's in your veins, or who you were before who you became. Play a role or play it safe. Because if we don't put on a good show, then we'll have to hunt to eat. Out here in the wild, wild east. I missed a verse, but it's okay. I missed a stanza, but it's okay. The world's toilet and great escape, where our problems hide in closets until it's your turn to get raped. I'd help you all. But where were you when they left me in the rain and locked me in a cage, paraded me around possessed and put me on display, took away my name and took away my brain? I lost everything but the legends in my DNA. That when I try to give up, get me enraged, and I get back up, rampaging through the trauma they engraved. I will see you in the forest. You won't see me until it's too late. So while you're out there drinking, take a breath and enjoy how it all tastes. I am something ancient. I've been through more wars than you could name. I watched you when I waited, picking needles way up haystack. I had a mountain to myself before the Richmond, North of Richmond came. Building Legos with the legend in a Labrador way out there in nature. I let you think I'm crazy and find creative ways to hate me. I found it entertaining. I couldn't find a therapist who'd stay. I was too good at playing games. Your pride and your selfish ways caused you to make mistakes. I have a list you know you made, and an army in the shade of the acacia with a plan for the escape. You'll be somewhere under waves of crackheads and hurricanes, and I'll be with those foreign girls who love to feed me grapes. I only came to break my people from their chains, tell jokes and get laid, and make my name last as long as my last name. Wake up. I'm the one you left to die, the only one left standing. The life you'll never live, the love you don't deserve to understand. One day you'll wake up and realize it's always been exactly as I planned. I'm those iridescent lights, blinking billions of eyes. Everything you think you know is a lie. You're all my favorite albums. I'm the case you live inside. I still take you out and play you as I drive. flying down these dirt roads with a bear cub and a peregrine, my heroine, beside. The greatest gift this world created was the illusion of goodbye. You're either with me or you will be cast aside. Either way, you're all going to die. I will wake up fine. And it's time to do it all again. From now until forever, I'm Kehasa Francois O'Brien. I hate when people do this to me, but I gotta get my blanket back. But it might be better for him to prepare. Yo, bro. Is he here? Yo. I gotta get my blanket back. Yo, my fault. I gotta get the blanket back, but I bought you an extra large coffee at the gas station. If you want.
Where's that at? What gas station?
Are you from here? Do you know, like, if I said the Maple Fields?
Oh, right there.
Yeah. It's up to you. He said, my name's Casey. If you just go and say, hey, Casey bought me a coffee. He said, I got extra large. He said it's fine. He's here until 7. I hate it, man. All right. No, I'm not messing with this. All right. I gotta go to sleep, man. I left you this backpack too if you want it. It's got a hole in it though. Alright. Peace out, Matt. Good luck. There's your vape. I'm headed to Johnson because no one would hire me. Nobody wants to hire the unhoused engine. So I'm headed up to Johnson tomorrow. I don't know how to do small talk or anything about anything really. But I can write a song, so, and I'm good at sex, so I'm attractive, I can write a song, and I'm good at sex. I think my problem is that the way that I want to talk to people seems to be outside of this world. Because I would say like, hey, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Where are you going? But when the camera's off, compassion and humility come through a lot easier. There's something about the camera that makes it bad. I don't like technology at all. I did offer to buy that guy a heater, but yeah, the darkness from that guy. I at least bought him a coffee. So let's pray together. I'm not going to go talk to him. But while I'm still on his network, let's say Capstone can get you a tent and sleeping bags. I'm leaving. So when you come back to the rail trail to look for a place, you'll find plenty of room. And then I will go talk to Capstone today and let them know what I figured out with how to help survive out here. You need a winter coat, boots. You need 2 pairs of pajama bottoms, preferably a hoodie, long hair or a hat. You need 4 tarps, a tent, and then 1 or 2 blankets. I don't want to steal his bandwidth. Leave me alone. It was like the demons just jumped out at me for a second and I felt really warm. And I'm like, I don't want to steal his warmth. Give it back. He can have the blessings. I always get it back. Because I'm a god. I'm just trying to go to sleep, motherfucker.